Welcome to Backyard Philosophy, a podcast where a couple friends grab some cold ones, sit around the fire, and talk about science, philosophy, and history. Crack one open, sit back, and get a good laugh as we discuss everything from automation to why the meaning of life is 42. Once in a while, just sometimes, someone comes across that you just don't mess with. You may think you have the upper hand and there's no way that you can lose, but you don't truly realize the situation you're in. This was the case for some pirates who kidnapped and ransomed none other than Julius Caesar himself. But before we get into this tale of, oh no, what have I got myself into? Nick, how are you and what are you drinking?
I'm doing good. I just got some Gatorade here. How about yourself?
I'm drinking some 9 branded bourbon and bottle's just about gone, my friend. It's been an interesting day. Well, the year. The year is 75 BC. The Mediterranean Sea has been littered with pirates for almost a century, so much so that many, not just the Romans, are generally worried about traveling around the sea. But a young 25-year-old Julius Caesar did not care. Sailing near the southern region of Anatolia, at this time known as the Sicilian Trojana, aka the rough Sicilia, to Rhodes to study and receive more schooling. When Caesar was on his way to Rhodes, his ship was stopped by Sicilian pirates. The pirates, seeing a young noble man, they took him hostage and sailed away to an island. These pirates, with Julius Caesar himself as their hostage. Important to note, before I continue with the story, at this time, Caesar had no military career, no political career. He was simply a man who came from a well-off family at this point. The pirates ransomed their new hostage at 20 talents of silver, which is about $500,000 in today's money. Hearing how much they planned to ransom for him, Caesar began to laugh, thought it was a joke and an insult on how much they were going to ransom for. Then he suggested to the pirates that they made his ransom up to 50 talents, which is about $1.2 million in today's money. The pirates, I assume, dumbfounded on why their hostage would raise the ransom price for themselves, but the pirates were like, okay, and raised the price to 50 talents. Now, this is ancient times, so fast travel and spreading knowledge quickly just isn't happening yet. So it takes time to send word to others to gather silver, then to gather the silver, then to travel back with the silver. Needless to say, the hostage scenarios are not the fastest during this time period. It would take 38 days for the silver that they were asked for by the pirates to be gathered and paid. But during those 38 days, Caesar would have an interesting time with the pirates. Caesar, a young man being taken hostage by the Sicilian pirates, started treating the pirates as if they were his subordinates. He began shushing them and telling them to be quiet anytime he wanted to sleep. He would begin telling them speeches and poems to the pirates, whether they wanted to hear them or not, and make fun of the pirates for being illiterate and dumb if they did not find his stories and poems impressive. He also just started demanding that they call him their commander, their leader, and would threaten them to have them crucified if they didn't. The cojones on Caesar. It got so comfortable that Caesar himself, started participating in exercises and games that the pirates plays. He grew on the pirates so much that the pirates started respecting him and liking him, to a point where Caesar had free range to do as he pleased on the island where they were hiding at and on the ship. During the entire time Caesar was held hostage, he told the pirates that he did not like them because they took him captive, and would tell the pirates that after the ransom was paid, he would hunt them all down and crucify them.
Oh, classic Caesar, am I right?
It's just like being held hostage by multiple pirates and going, when I get free of this, I'm going to kill you all. It's a bold move, Caesar. Well, the silver was coming, and after 38 days, the silver arrived, and Caesar was released, and the pirates celebrated with their newly gained silver. Caesar, now free, and not a man to go back on his word, quickly made it to Miletus, and in Miletus, raised a small naval force and set sail back to the island where he's being held. Again, I want you to remember at this time, Caesar had no political office, no military standing. He gathered a small naval fleet on his own words and on his own. Sailing back to the island, where the pirates were foolishly still there, Caesar and his navy took the pirates' vessel and the pirate themselves, this time as Caesar's captives. Caesar took them to a prison, then went to the authority in the area a Marcus Junius, a proconsular, and Caesar asked and petitioned Marcus to have the pirates crucified, as Caesar promised the pirates during this time as a hostage. Marcus Julius said to young Caesar, "No, I will not have the pirates crucified." Caesar, not liking this, traveled back to the prison where the pirates were being held and under his own authority told the guards to crucify them. Guards, not knowing if Caesar had actually any power to command a deed like this, but not wanting to piss off Caesar for him being a possible authoritarian figure, the guards began to carry out Caesar's command of having the pirates crucified. Smart move by the guards, if I have to say that. But rather than having the pirates crucified, something else would happen. A reason lost in history. Could have been mercy, laziness, miscommunication, a number of different reasons. But Caesar, instead of having them all crucified for having him a hostage, would instead have all their throats slit instead.
Task failed successfully.
Caesar, even as a young man, was not someone to mess with, and the pirates surely had no idea when they took hostage. But Nick, I just love the self-importance and the belief in oneself that, hey, you have me captured. I'm still going to treat you like you're lesser than me. And once I get free, I'm going to hunt you down and kill you while you're still a prisoner.
This sounds like an Archer episode.
Don't mess with Caesar, no matter what age he is. And, he went against a Marcus Julius, a proconsular, because he didn't want to crucify the pirates. Caesar said, too bad, they're getting crucified. And instead decided to have their throat slit instead. That's, goddamn, Caesar was a savage. Definitely was a savage. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the story. And, boy, don't mess with Caesar.
Thanks for listening to the Backyard Philosophy Podcast. We rarely finish a podcast without missing a point we wanted to bring up, so let us know what we forgot. And if you have a topic you want us to talk about, let us know at Backyard Philosophy on Instagram